Merry Christmas, Brick fans!
Not yet.
Well, in September. But if you want to get your Christmas planning ready now, now's the time.
Yeah.
Because here are our Advent calendars.
Well, 2 of them.
2 of them.
You know, when the shop starts selling Lebkuchen, gingerbread, and all the other Christmas stuff, it's time to buy the Advent calendar, even if it is 30 degrees outside. And since last year, the Advent calendar was a huge success. We decided to order a few more than last time and to announce it to you so you can basically stock up.
Exactly. And I must say, I'm always confused about why shops do this so early in the year, but now that I actually work in one, I kind of figure it out. Because you gotta get the products out. So that's why we're doing it, in September.
And let's be honest, if people wouldn't buy them now, the shops wouldn't sell them now.
Exactly. Although, my golden rule is never buy any Christmas sweets before November.
Yeah, fattening up starts early enough. Well,
True. Right, would you like to start with Star Trek?
Yes. These are 2 of the 4 Advent calendars we have right now. We have 2 new in development, and these one are basically reprints from last year. They have been insanely popular, and so we decided to produce them, have them manufactured again. The Star Trek Advent calendar, which looks like this from the front. From the back, you have a nice shadowy silhouettes of the stuff you build, except for the hero ships, which are shown to see what you get. Then you can open them. You have a nice little display mat down here. And of course the 24 doors. There's 2 sets on the 6th and 3 sets on the 24th. And the sets in themselves are a nice little variety. You've got a lot of ships, obviously. From the hero ships of the series, like the TOS Enterprise and the Enterprise D, the Enterprise A, the NX,
The Defiant?
the Defiant, and the Deep Space Nine, and of course the Enterprise E. Did I miss someone?
Don't forget the USS Excelsior.
Your favorite one.
My favorite one.
Now, there's also quite a bit of different stuff. There's a Borg cube, a minuscule size, and there's a shuttle. And on the 24th, you are building a mini diorama or a mini scene from the original series bridge, complete with prints, and still one of the highlights, I think.
Warning, spoilers, even if it's a bit late, but
Yeah.
if the people are watching the video, they know what they're getting.
Let's be honest, you're watching a video about Advent calendars. If you wanted to be surprised, you shouldn't be watching a video about Advent calendars.
Especially not in September.
Exactly. But one of my highlights is actually the micro gadget, so to speak. You've got the communicator from TOS, the tricorder, and the phaser. And from TNG, you've got the Type 2 phaser, the TNG tricorder, and the pad, which are very nicely printed and are actually my favorite part. I got them in the display case, which you can also buy with us, and they look fantastic on there. I made a video about that, and if you're interested, drop a line down below in the comments and I can show you again in a short. Well, and in this Advent calendar you are building micro builds, which is very different from the Blaustein Advents calendar, which Ross has there.
Exactly. Now, I'm sure you'll all know Burg Blaustein, our biggest, most famous, best-selling, coolest set that a lot of you find. And we've got it here in a little mini model. What also makes this very nice is that we've got it as a backdrop, same as Star Trek, with the mountains here, and here you have a fun place with squiggly lines where you can place it on, and once you do, ta-da, it fits perfectly and is a wonderful addition to your home. And I especially like the way that it's all wintry and Christmassy, because, well, you need snow for Christmas, more or less. So yes, you have the Blaustein Advent calendar, which is something you build up consecutively, not an individual one like the Star Trek one, but this just keeps getting bigger the more the days go on and the closer you get to Christmas, which I find is a fantastic, fantastic idea, because there are other companies who just do it purely the Advent calendars like that with different themes, But years ago, before I even started here, my dad did this for my brother. He bought a big set, and then he brought it down in 24 little parts, and then every day he gave my brother a little bag that my brother could then build a big set out of, and I thought it was a great idea. So when I found out that we do this, I was immediately like, A, you stole the idea of my dad, but let's face it, you did it before that.
It is a good idea.
But it's a great idea, which I like, because at the end of the Christmas season, you have one whole build that isn't lots of little different ones, although they're cool as well. But one whole build is certainly something to show for, especially when it's a mini model of such a cool thing like Blaustein Castle.
Exactly. And since it is only a little bit small, you can basically put it on a shelf and it doesn't take as much space as the big one does.
Exactly. And in case you've not noticed it, they mostly sit on the back of our shelf here. There's one of the advent calendars. There's another one. So we have quite a few of these advent calendars hanging around in a little shelf, and it works well.
And if Christmas is done and you like the model, this is how it looks like when you fiddle off the Christmassy bits. I mean the baubles, the red and the yellow ones, and the little magic wand which doubles as a Christmas star.
Another thing I like is that that's cool. But
Well-
it's easy to just take these off, and then you have
Oh yeah.
perfect. So it's Christmassy and non-Christmassy, and then you can put these little bits in your Christmas box, and then fill it up for the next year when you bring it out for Christmas again.
Exactly.
So it's a perfect all year round display model,
That it is.
and
it's
it
fun
does
to build.
not take up as much space as the actual Blaustein. All right. Again, if you want us to do a video on the Burg Blaustein, let us know in the comments, because a lot of people on Reddit have been asking,
Okay.
and I think it'd be good because it's our bestseller.
Okay.
And it's going to be a bit of a longer video if we do it, but why not?
And
You'd
it's
be
a
up
great
for
set.
it.
Of course I'm up for it. It's my favorite set.
Exactly. All right, so get ready for Christmas with our Star Trek and our Burg Blaustein Advent Calendar. Check out the other ones that we have in the shop as well. Exactly.
And a word of warning, since you know that shipping from China does take some time, this stock is all there is. I mean, we bought a lot of the sets, but still, when they're gone, they're gone. So don't be disappointed and get them as soon as you want, or as soon as you can.
Exactly, because we can't reorder them before the Christmas season starts.
Yep.
So get them while they're hot, as you'd say. All right. I'm not going to wish you a Merry Christmas, because I'll do that in a video that we're doing in about 2-3 months.
Okay.
But up until then, enjoy the rest of the summer months. Enjoy autumn, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, and remember, you can never have enough bricks.
So what's stopping you from getting more?
Have fun building them.
And see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.